Cedric Coward, a transfer guard from Washington State, is one of the better available guards in the portal, and he has announced his top five, final five schools. It's quite a list, Cart. We've got Duke, Alabama, Florida, Kansas, and Washington as the final five suitors for Cedric Coward's services. Cedric Coward played 2 years at Eastern Washington. His first year was nothing notable. His second year was awesome. Averaged 15 points a game, 7 rebounds a game, 2 assists, 57% from the floor, 38% from three on high volume in 31 minutes. He was just a stud at Eastern Washington. Then he took his talents from Eastern Washington to Washington State for 1 year. He only played 6 games last year. But in those 6 games, 18 points a game, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 40% from three, 56% from the floor. He is just an absurd efficiency guy. If the 6 game sample size of last year and the year before at Eastern Washington is any indication, like he's just a bucket getter supreme with size that really truly scores the ball as efficiently as any other player in the country. I called him a guard. He's technically listed as a forward. He's 6'6", but only 190. And when I watch the film, I see big guard. So that's what I'm calling him. You're making faces.
Yeah, because I'm scared of myself how high I am on him.
Yeah?
Uh yeah, first of all, that Eastern Washington team, can I get a record check on how good they were?
Yeah, I can check that for you.
Because it was Coward and Lawan Watts were on that team.
Yes, they won the Big Sky, went 21-11 that year. And actually Lawan Watts didn't play a ton. Lawan Watts was the sixth leading scorer on that team.
Oh, okay. Huh. I think he
But
was
they had a
freshman.
lot of other killers. They had five guys in double figures, and Cedric Coward was the star.
Okay, that I guess that's a moot point for me. So, couple things. One, there's some thoughts that come to my head when I watch Coward film. One, he's a dog. No cowardly, no courage. You know what I'm saying? I gotta throw that pun out there. Also, like when I watch him, he looks like an NBA player to me, G, with all due respect.
Really?
Like obviously he's 22, probably gonna be 23 by the start of next season, which I think will off-put people. But I think everything else is there. And I know this is not a fair game to play, but if this dude was 19, if this dude was younger, obviously he's not. I think he'd be a certified first round NBA draft pick. When I watch his film, can I throw myself out there? Can I be vulnerable for a second?
Oh, I'm nervous, but yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna get nasty. You don't have coffee in your mouth, do you?
Hold on, let me get some.
Okay. I see Mikal Bridges.
I don't hate that.
I see it.
I don't hate that. Yeah.
I
That's
would
a
love to
fun
know
game,
what
by
his
the way.
win.
We should do this more with comps. We should have one of us always with like a liquid in our mouths.
Oh, wow. Hey, you. You could have said water.
Well, I'm gonna be coffee sometimes, man.
Okay,
I'm gonna
that's
be
fine. No,
Jack and
but
Diet sometimes.
I'm honestly, I love his game. I truly do. I think that he has the frame. Maybe not like you said, maybe a little on the lighter side, but I think he has the wingspan, the height. I think he uses his body very well. He has that little mid-range game. He's almost a 50-40-90 guy. I do got to see how many attempts he actually shoots from three, though. I feel like it's not. Do you have his three-point volume in front of you by any chance?
I sure do. I sure do. Five 3-point attempts a game last year, again in really small sample size. He was 4.2 3-point attempts a game at Eastern Washington.
Okay, so like, yeah, I buy it is what I'm kind of getting at. I think that his list is indicative of how good I think this guy actually is.
We interrupt this sleepers video to talk directly to you, our loyal listener. Have you ever found yourself watching us two idiots thinking, hey, I wish there was a very easy, small way for me to show a token of my appreciation for all of their hard work on all these videos I love to watch? Well, now we have just the way to do that.
Thanks to the beautiful folks over at Underdog Fantasy. They are helping us out this month, presenting a lot of the content coming out this month, giving you a chance with a amazing offer that you can use using our promo code that Gregory will tell you more about.
Yeah, so college hoop season's over, but we got like big time golf tournaments. The NBA playoffs are coming. Baseball season's underway. There's still a bunch of sports on. There's still a bunch of ways to play with Underdog Fantasy. Promo code SLEEPERS. As a new customer, you can get up to 1,000 bonus credits plus a free pick. It's one of the most fun ways to play. It's a great way to support us. And on some actual like non-ad read stuff, talking genuinely here, really helps us because if Underdog loves us, if we get a lot of people to sign up, they're going to help us continue to bring you the content that you love. Show your support. Join Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code SLEEPERS. Get up to $1,000 in bonus credits and a free pick. Yeah, there's levels to the portal. That's what I've learned in a couple years here. There's like, as you call it, the portal with two O's, where you've got to play in this self-inflicted mud zone. And then there's like the portal for everybody, where like the West Virginias come into play. And it's like, ooh, this is a good player. I bet we could steal him and prioritize him and get that guy. And then there's like the money bag schools, like Michigan, BYU, even in Arkansas, schools like that, that will just like make it known we'll pay everybody, anybody, come on down. The most premier level of the portal, I call it the executive level of the portal, is where Cedric Coward lies. It's where there's an unstated, doesn't even need to be said, level of everyone in the country would take you. You let us know where you want to go and when you're ready to progress this. And
Yeah.
Cedric Coward is in the executive level. Cedric Coward was wanted by everyone. Cedric Coward was able to say, hey, my final five will be Duke, Alabama, Florida, Kansas, and Washington. And still trying to figure out how Washington got on this list. I know how they did. Danny Sprinkle has bag power right now. But this kid's incredible. He's going to be a starter at any of these schools. He'll be, I think, a star at a lot of these schools. I like the Mikal Bridges shout. When I watch film on him, he just is extremely cerebral and he makes everything look easy. Nothing looks forced. Like we've been watching a lot of tape of guys at the mid-major level where it's like they're clearly out there trying to get 20. Cedric Coward looks like he's just like out there and the 20 comes to him. And that's the greatest compliment that I could give a kid. I think he will be awesome at any of these schools. Do you have a school out of these five that you most would want to see him at? You're going to say
I mean,
Florida, probably.
yeah, actually, and I know I've been saying it a lot, but like you, one for one, put this guy in like the Elijah Martin role or Will Richard role. I think it's seamless.
Yeah, it feels like Florida's trying to do like Xavier and Lee and Coward and mix that in with the front court they already have. That's probably an awesome team. So,
Yeah, I like that team a lot. And then you have like I think Aberdeen takes a step. He's had some moments last year. I feel
yeah.
like that's a pretty good team.
Duke and Alabama are interesting because like we've seen guys of Coward's level go and be great. We've seen guys of Coward's level go and get lost in the mix. Do you have any concerns that at a Duke or an Alabama he would just kind of be lost in the shuffle?
I actually don't because I think that what you kind of pointed out is like how the game, like how good he is, but also like how he lets the game come to him. He doesn't really force much. So I think that you could, plug him in a lot of spots with a lot of teams in a different role and it'd be good. Now I do think he's at a certain level where he needs to be in a pretty good role. Like with all due respect to Duke, I don't think you want to turn this guy into like a Sion James type player.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
he's better than that.
For sure. Yeah, I agree. Pretty excited to see where this ends up. You got a prediction?
I don't know why I think Sprinkle gets it done somehow. But the
I
thing
got
that
this weird feel that Washington's going to pull the trigger here.
yeah, so do I. Also because like so did Kansas like prioritize Trey White and Jaden Dawson when they could have just got this guy off rip?
Maybe.
It's interesting.
Carl, what are the two schools the Cedric Cowards played at thus far?
Was it Eastern Washington and Washington State?
And what do those two schools have in common?
Washington.
They're in the state of Washington. Just a quick fact check for me. Is Florida in the state of Washington?
No.
Is Duke, Alabama, or what's the fourth school, Kansas, in the state of Washington?
Duke technically is. They have one of the largest alumni bases and networks in college
The
basketball.
Brotherhood is everywhere. The Brotherhood is in this room right now, and
Yeah.
I'm terrified. Washington, I believe, is in the state of Washington, correct?
Yes.
And Danny Sprinkle has unlimited money, correct?
Yes.
And Danny Sprinkle's been crushing the portal already, correct?
Yes.
And Cedric Coward and Wesley Yates together would honestly make Washington a threat to compete for the Big Ten title, wouldn't they?
Yes. Okay.
I think that's where he's going.
Oh man. Nah. My guy Todrick's gonna get it done.
And if he does get to Washington, I think you and I adopt Washington as our team this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.